Hey guys, welcome back to another video. My name's Nathan Chan. I'm the CEO and publisher of Foundr Magazine. And in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you what nobody tells you when it comes to creating or selling online courses. Now, I know you would probably see all these ads on Facebook or YouTube around how you can create an online course, make all this money. And you're probably thinking, okay, who's this guy? Why is he qualified to share anything about this topic? At Foundr Magazine, our company, we've produced over 20 plus courses. Our company, generates millions of dollars every single year selling online courses. So I know a little bit about this topic, and I can't wait to share with you just kind of the stuff that no one talks about, because a lot of people that are telling you to create an online course, they will actually profit from it. I want to share with you and just demystify and debunk all the stuff that you need to know if you want to create a successful online course. So the first thing that I want to share with you that nobody ever tells you when it comes to selling online courses is how difficult it is to sell them. Now, it's not impossible, but it's not as easy as you probably think if you're about to embark on this journey, or you're on this journey right now and you've created a course. And the reason that is because one, the market hasn't fully matured yet. Not everybody buys online courses and learns online. And it's very, very difficult if you compare that to a physical product. Like if you buy something online and you're gonna receive it in the mail, there's kind of that higher perceived value. When you're buying an online course, and if someone's charging, $200, $1,000, $500, $2,000, it's like, okay, well, wait a second, I can't see it. It's just in the computer. The market hasn't fully matured. You'll see there's a certain kind of person that buys an online course versus there's a lot of people that just don't buy online courses. So it's still early days from the market. And the second thing is, I think when it comes to this particular product, it's 100% digital. So it's not physical. You can't see it. So sometimes it's difficult to communicate the perceived value. And that's going to be one of your biggest challenges when it comes to selling online courses, is you have to get very, very good at showcasing what the problem is that course is going to solve. And I'm going to talk to you about that more in a future point. It's definitely not that easy to sell them, and it's definitely something that is an art, that is a skill required. A lot of people think that if you just create this course, it's really easy to sell. It is definitely not. And another thing I've learned when it comes to selling an online course and why it's difficult is if you have no audience, it becomes really, really, really hard. You can't just create a course, go to Facebook, be able to spend all this money, and people don't even know who you are. It's very, very difficult to make money from selling an online course if nobody knows you and you do not have an audience. So you'll find when it comes to this online course world and this online marketing space, a lot of people that succeed are the people that have a personal brand, they have an email list, they have an audience, but most importantly, they have a relationship with this audience. The audience knows that person, they trust that person. So when it comes to selling that course, it's more of a no-brainer if it solves that problem. But still, if you look at the conversion rates for online courses, if you have an email list of 100,000 people and you're selling a $1,000 product, you might only sell 100 units. And that's actually not a bad thing. If for $1,000, 100 units, that's $100,000. That would be considered a good conversion rate. So a 1% conversion rate is actually like a pretty decent conversion rate. So that's something that people will be happy with. But if it's a physical product, depending on the price point, like obviously price points have a lot to do with things, but it's just definitely not as easy to sell online courses as you might think. But I definitely don't want to turn you off this, but I want to just share with you what it's really like. So the second thing that no one talks about when it comes to creating or selling an online course and making a full-time income is you really need to have an engaged audience. And that's really what's required. Not just an audience, but an engaged audience. People that know you, people that like you, people that trust you, and people that have received value from you in some way, shape, or form, whether it's from a blog post, a podcast, or something along those lines. You have to be able to build a really strong relationship with that person, and that's what it requires. And a lot of people, like I said, just sell you the dream that, oh, you can create this course, you can work from anywhere in the world, and that is all true. All of this stuff is true. It's just not as easy as people say, because it takes time to build an audience. I would say it takes at least 1 year. If you are good and you have a good system and formula and you're learning from somebody that's actually done it, preferably multiple times or so multiple courses, or has like a really good level of experience selling online courses, if you follow their framework, or you can read about or work it out online, it should take at least around 1 year to build a full-time income. And you might be thinking, wow, that takes so long. And that's right. I reckon this kind of business model is one of the hardest business models to build because it really requires an engaged audience. So what does it mean to actually build an audience, an engaged audience? You have to put out content on a consistent basis, audio, podcasts, videos, blog posts. You just want to be providing people a ton of value over time. We've found at Foundr, sometimes it might take somebody 2 years of listening to our podcast, or like at least 12 months of reading our blog posts, following us on social before they make the decision to buy an online course from us. So the big takeaway I want you to have here is it takes time, and you need to focus on building your audience and providing awesome content to build trust over a consistent basis. So the third thing is the idea that you have for your online course probably won't sell. Now, I know that might sound harsh, but I've seen this all day, every day. Someone has an idea for a course. Let's just say they want to teach people how to make chairs. It might sound like a good idea, but does the market actually need it? Are there a whole ton of other people that are teaching how to create chairs right now through an online course? These are the things that you need to be looking at. I think the first thing that you want to look for, if your idea will probably work, of the course that you want to teach, is anybody selling a course on this topic right now? Because if they're not, there's probably a high likelihood that there's no demand. And here's the cool thing. This is the cool thing, but the bad thing, right? If you want to sell any product, not even an online course, the market will decide if they care about it enough to pull out their wallet and actually pay for it. We know that there's courses on how to be a great drummer, right? Maybe the idea is too niche. It's like how to become an awesome drummer by just playing the cymbals. Maybe that's something people don't care about. So these are the things that you need to be thinking about. And I think the first thing to look at is the market already paying for a product like this? And if they are, then maybe you're onto something. But more often than not, people don't care about what it is you're selling. They want to know, how will this solve my problem? So whatever your course idea is, you have to make sure that it's something the market wants, and you have to make sure it solves a really deep pain or problem that somebody or a group or a lot of people are experiencing right now. If you do that, you'll be able to sell your course. A lot of the time, people do not know this or follow any kind of process to make sure they're on the right track. So the fourth thing that nobody ever tells you is, once you create your course, once you launch your course, and maybe you do get some sales, the hard work doesn't end. And that's one thing that so many people get wrong. They think they create this course, they launch it out into the marketplace, they don't have an audience, or they get crickets, or hardly anyone buys it, or no one buys it, and they thought that the job was done once you launch it. Once you've launched it, that's probably when the job actually starts. If you've sold it, if you've got validation, then you need to actually create some sort of system or funnel to make sure you can sell that product every single day. So you might have heard about sales funnels, you might have heard about evergreen sales funnels. From my experience, the number one way to keep selling your course every single day is creating an evergreen sales funnel. So what does that evergreen sales funnel, what does evergreen even mean? What does that even mean? Well, effectively, you want to create a funnel that, you're going to have people that are interested in a particular topic. You want to give them something to get their email address. We might even pull this up here on the screen. You'll see a visual funnel, and we've got awareness, we've got, interest, we've got desire, and then we've got action. So we want to push people down that funnel, where the bottom part of that funnel is actually the sale. And at the top part of the funnel, you need something like a lead magnet to get somebody through your funnel and to get them to be pushed down that funnel and take them through a sales process. And you can use tools like email marketing and email automation and automated webinars, or free video training, or all sorts of tools and technology to really make sure that you have a sales process that is working on autopilot using technology. So once you have a sales funnel, you've got to make sure it converts. So all of those things you have to work out. This is probably something for another video that we'll go into, but it's really, really important to understand that once you create your course, you need to create some sort of sales funnel to be able to sell that course every single day. So the last and fifth final point is the more you focus on student success and creating a course that really helps people, that really changes lives, the easier the selling process becomes. So a lot of people that you hear or see and talk about how easy it is to sell an online course and you can work from anywhere and all this rubbish, what they often don't focus on is actually student success. They're just so focused on the marketing. So if you focus on customer success, and i.e. you make a promise and you actually solve it, and if people follow your course, your formula, your framework, your system, so if you say this is how you create a chair from scratch, and if people follow your course and at the end of the course they've been able to create a chair and you have a high success rate and you have all these incredible success stories coming through, then that's the number one thing when it comes to being able to sell your course. Because it's one thing for you to do it, it's one thing for you to actually show people how to do it, it's another thing for actually people seeing that success, people actually doing it. And the more that you can showcase that customer success, the easier the sales process becomes. I one time interviewed the founder of a company called General Assembly. And these guys, they're like a modern day university. So you can learn how to become a graphic designer. If you're working in IT and you're a programmer, and let's just say you want to become a graphic designer, you can do a General Assembly short course. It takes 3 to 6 months, and you'll have all the skills that you need to be able to become a graphic designer, and they'll even help you get a job. Now, I said to the founder of that company, one of the founders, how are you guys taking on universities like Harvard? Why would people choose you versus going to Harvard? What's the thing that people need to be thinking about? Because these guys are selling education too, like you want to do. They're selling education. They're not doing it online, they're doing it in person, but it's the same thing. And I said, what's the number one thing that you guys do to be able to compete? And he said, the number one thing that you need to focus on when it comes to selling education is showcasing student success. The success of your program, the success of your online course really comes down to really showing that your product, your course, your promise, your system really, really works, and showing prospects, showing people that are interested in your product. If you do the work, you'll get the result that you're looking for. That's why you should buy this course. So guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I really hope that I've debunked all these common myths and things that you probably see online. I definitely didn't want to create this video to demotivate you that you shouldn't be selling an online course. We do it at Foundr. We've had a lot of success. Like I said, we have a successful multi-million-dollar a year company, and we're growing and things are good, and I love this business model, right? But I just really want to show you guys and share with you from somebody that's actually done it, created a lot of different courses, have a whole team and system and machine around this thing, that it's not as easy as you think. So that's it from me, guys. Make sure you subscribe below to be notified when another video comes out. We produce videos every week for you. Make sure you like this and leave a comment below with the deepest question you have and problem with creating or selling your online course. I'll see you in another video.
The Foundr mission is to help you create an ass-kicking business and help you learn straight from the mouths of world-class founders. Get your free printed edition of Foundr magazine featuring Sir Richard Branson. Just cover shipping and handling at foundr.com/Branson.